Mercury retrograde is already in progress. If you didn't attend my class when I discussed that, video is already up on my YouTube channel. I'll make sure to link it when this goes up. I have all the details on the timeline for that retrograde in that video, so I will not be repeating those here. But I always like to point out Cazimi days, because Cazimis are a bright spot. They can happen for any planet that moves retrograde. So the sun doesn't have a Cazimi, the sun is critical to a Cazimi existing, and the moon doesn't have a Cazimi. But every other planet can have Cazimis. And that's because a Cazimi, let me say it 20 more times, is in the heart of the sun. It is when a planet, whether in direct motion or in retrograde motion, so it happens twice typically in any given year, sometimes more, as is the case with Mercury. It's when it conjoins the sun. It's when it reaches the same exact degree point as the sun in the sky. And the sun is representing a life force energy. It's shining the light on whatever that area is. It's really juicing up that planet that it is meeting. When we have a Mercury Cazimi while it is retrograde, which is happening on July 31st in Leo at 9 degrees at 7:41 p.m. Eastern Time. When we have a Cazimi for Mercury while it's retrograde, this is the bright spot day. This is where we have a little break from brain fog, from technical issues, things not working, trouble with travel, all that stuff. Everything that is hallmark for a Mercury retrograde period can temporarily clear up on that day, and or we can just have more clarity of mind. So if, as an example, there's something that you're working on and you want to launch it, or there's a conversation that you want to have, save it for this day, for after 7:41 p.m. Eastern Time for approximately the next 24 hours, wherever you are in the world. Because if you do it before, and if you do it when it gets out of this zone, the messages might not be as clear as you'd like, or you might regret them and wish you'd take them back. On a Cazimi day, we have more flow, we have clarity of mind and language, and we have the support with our travel and really all areas of life where we're trying to communicate in any fashion. Mercury is capturing speech, writing, mindset, travel, transportation, also technology. So that's what I'm saying, like if things really aren't working or are broken. Leo, which is where Mercury entered not that long ago. So really the bulk of its time in Leo for this run, it's been retrograde or slowing down. So it hasn't been at its full capacity. But Leo, in and of itself, wants praise, validation, attention, to be treated and viewed as regal. It's the star, it's the center of attention. It wants to have fun, it wants to play, it wants to create, and it wants to self-express. Normally, when you have Mercury in this area, it just means, okay, you might be a little bit more confident with your speech, more boastful, focusing on creativity and your expression in all different facets. Because it is retrograding, we're undergoing a review. And really with this Cazimi, it's that smooth communication, planning, launching, publishing opportunity. And because Leo loves the spotlight, you might especially feel on this day like it's pent up because of this retrograde and things kind of being backwards and we can't be the star that we want to be. We have this Cazimi day. It's like, oh, gosh, I can get that release. I can have that thing that I want to share, that I want to show, that I want to tell people about, that I want to express, that I want to go out and do. And it's an opportunity to share a bit of who you are authentically and even show off a little bit. Like, hey, this is a thing I've been working on that I'm proud of. Great window for doing that. All right. So for this Cazimi, we really want to focus on the exact point that it's happening. So you want to go to your chart. You want to hop over to 9 degrees of Leo. If you're not sure where to look for that in the chart, there's going to be a bunch of tick marks going around it. You find Leo, and it's going to be approximately a third of the way through that sign. They should be labeled. There should be marks that you can check on it. And you just want to find the one house, because there's only going to be one at a single degree point. You want to find the one house that is at 9 degrees of Leo. And that's where this supportive, expressive energy is being channeled. So if you wanted to make an announcement, if you wanted to share something, if you wanted to have clarity of thought and mind and expression, if you wanted to travel and not have any mishaps potentially, have more of a kind of fun day, then this is the area of life where that is being supported for approximately 24 hours. I have Leo in my second house. So I am looking at, for this whole retrograde, I am reflecting on, which let me tell y'all how spot on this is. I spent the weekend doing a financial workshop. It was 3 days. It was like 6 hours each day. One day it went longer. It was a lot. So I was looking at my finances. That is second house. How are you earning money? How are you thinking about what you value? Your value, all that stuff. So I was doing that this weekend. I'm like, how perfect. So soon into the retrograde. It's just lined up, spot on. So I'm going to really be doing that this entire retrograde period, which is lasting, the better part of another month here. And on this Cazimi day, it's an opportunity for me to maybe even have some aha moments about it, about certain decisions that I'm making with my finances or my self-worth, how I'm viewing myself and my time and how I am treating myself as valuable, whatever that is, especially we're talking about Leo, the self, the individual. So I could expect some different iterations of that. Maybe for me, it's a treat yourself day. So I spend money on something to self-care, take care of myself. That's also an option to kind of mix all those together. Sixth house is looking at physical health, work in the sense of your current job or service work ethic, as well as pets. So it's a spotlight day for infusing fun, play, creativity, joy, smooth communication around, and even honesty, because we were talking about authenticity before, around what's going on in those areas of your life. What's really working for you? Thinking about that, expressing it, talking about it. For fourth house, that's foundations, home, family, parents. It means as Mercury is moving through this sign, you are reflecting on what's your sense of home? What do you think about your family, your relationships with your family? And then on this Cazimi day, you could have a really good conversation or conversations, things that you learn about your family or your ancestry. That could be fun. And just other insights that you could gain. Or even about a house. Let's say you were house shopping. Maybe you hear some news about a house you put an offer on. That's an option as well. For seventh house, committed relationships, partnerships, can be romantic. So, husband can be business partner, somebody that you are working with for the long term. And this could be kind of similar to what I just said for the fourth house. It could be that you have a really, really great conversation with your husband, and it's kind of reigniting, because it's in Leo, maybe reigniting some play, some kind of enjoyment in this area of life. It could be because you're assessing what is your connection with him, how's all that stuff going, how is it weighing on your mind or not, but it gives you just kind of a happy day. Maybe it's a great day for like a date night or something. That could be fun. 12th house. 12th house is introspection, isolation, self-undoing. So Mercury's doing the work here as it's moving through Leo over the course of 2 months. And it's having you think and reflect on, how are you self-sabotaging? How do you feel about being alone, separate from other people? How do you feel about the deepest inner workings of your soul? This is the soul work transit. And when you have this bright spot, again, it could be an aha moment. It could be a day where you, like, the clouds part and you feel some joy because we're playing. Throughout this process, having Leo in the 12th house, it's like bringing a sense of play to that. How can you make that deep work fun while still maintaining the depth that it requires to really learn about yourself? So you could have some sort of an aha, something that you're realizing, oh, wow, this really is a pattern that I have. That's something that could come up. 10th house, career, long-term career arc, reputation. How do people know you? What are you known for? This could be a day where you maybe reach a milestone. You're doing a big presentation. You get news that you get a promotion. That would be exciting. It also could be a day when you announce or decide that you want to have a big career change, because you've been reevaluating. You're going to continue to reevaluate for a little bit longer your 10th house. And you can say, you know what? How do I make sure that I can have fun, that this is fulfilling for me, that this company, that whatever stage of life I'm in, how people are knowing me, that they're valuing me and they also think that I'm great, because I know I'm great and I know that what I bring to the table is important. Jamie, I'm glad it makes sense.